Is outnumbered. Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Banderas, and here today, host of Kennedy on the Fox Business Network, Kennedy herself, Fox News Headlines 24/7 reporter Carley, former Ohio Senate Minority Leader, Democratic Minority Leader Capri, and joining us on the... Ready for this?
Absolutely.
Nice.
When's the last time we had a quiet weekend? Just of, no news. You come in on Monday, it's like...
I think we go into national shock.
Something happened over the weekend?
We're not ready.
No.
Well, perhaps a power failure.
Oh, yes. All right, so President Trump today renewing his criticism. Since we just... the Baltimore Sun, let's just start with that. In the past, they have written about the fact that there is a huge rat infestation in the city of Baltimore, and they have said...
We have one here in New York.
Well, we certainly do.
DC.
So I think the president's remarks are obviously being taken as racist, are they? Or is he just simply referring to the rodents, the actual four-legged ones?
It almost doesn't make place. They need to figure out some solutions.
Right.
And I would be frustrated if the person who is representing me is busy talking about impeachment. I think that's a very fair point. But I also think that it's very difficult to rationalize the president's comments away as though they are nothing. Because obviously, if you have identity politics on both sides working actively, most people are going to lose when you have everyone who's being forced into a pen based on race.
Let me ask you. I mean, first of all,
I like the fact that she said that Elijah Cummings forgets that this is a president who said we have a problem of employability of these people in the urban area, and he did something about it, something that Barack Obama didn't do for 8 years.
Can I just build upon that? Because I think that one of the things here is the fact that we hear so much about, the strong Trump economy and where we see these, pockets of crime in major urban areas. About the president being immature, tit for tat, and it's about being
in 2015, Bernie Sanders compared Baltimore to third world country. There was a
we're seeing a resurgence of typhus here in New York City. They can't get a handle on it. So if you really want to do something, if you really want to have an impact, stop talking about President Pence and start talking about the rats. And also places like Baltimore are magnets for corruption. And people, mayor after mayor, administration after administration comes in, they get people angry, but then they don't do anything about it. And the problem in a lot of these places, and you know this from Southern California, there's too much government, there's too much pension obligation, and then they have to start firing
And they do
cops.
exploit the underserved.
Well, they absolutely exploit the underserved.
Money doesn't go as far in Baltimore as it does in more honest governments. But the
All right. Well, the White House facing pushback as President Trump announces a big staffing change. Breakdown was how we got 9/11. So this position extends outside of partisan politics. It should.
So I want somebody who's got a U.S. attorney's background, who never takes anything at face value and forces people to prove what they say.
Yeah, it is an organizational position.
and Capri, you were talking about policy specifics. If you want to talk about policy specifics, and you think about Rashida Tlaib saying President Trump has a hate agenda, he also signed the First Step Act, which released 3,100 inmates from prison. The African-American unemployment rate is set among the African-American community. So that message isn't getting there. And
Can
I think
I
it
add
does have to do
something
with social
very
media.
quickly?
Yeah, no, tell our producers that.
Jay, I just want to say, I know we're going to talk about the debate, but Julian Castro should really...
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio taking shots at Biden's record on working for the common man. Next debate, the folksy rhetoric might not be there because he says he's not going to be as polite this time around.
Well, Joe
Biden, sandwiched between Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. So what do you think about the debate lineup and what sort of nuggets of joy it can create?
Well, I think the one thing you're seeing is that nobody's really going to care what the and that's got to be part of who Joe Biden has to be. Joe. And Joe Biden, and I'm not going to vote for him, but I got to tell you, at the end of the day, at least
just get out of the race.
And they might, yeah. The amount of grandstanding that's going to happen is also going to be something to see for sure. All right. House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler says his committee is considering whether to move on impeachment.
I don't think it's good politically for the Democrats. I mean,
No,
we just saw those polls. I think
track timing wise. Okay. We're going to have to move on. They're going to hurt us. The top Senate Democrat on intelligence.
Virginia's Mark Warner, the top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee, blasting Majority Leader.
Is throwing the, quote, need and money at it. The reality, Cleveland before that. But if you're from California, the first thing you know is, well, we have ballot harvesting by people who don't need licenses. We don't check agenda.
And China, more outnumbered in just a moment as we await an update from the police Thanks so much to Daryl Issa. How would you rate today's experience on the couch? It's the customer satisfaction survey.
Let's go from 1 to 10.
Look, anytime I get
On the couch at noon Eastern tomorrow. Right now, here's Julie Banderas in for Harris That Rhymes.